Welcome to the vlog. I've decided this is going to be a 24-hour readathon vlog, and if you have not watched my last video, go ahead and do that now, because that is going to explain most why I'm moving and why I'm doing this video in the first place. But today's video is a 24-hour readathon, and I'm very excited about it. And I have so many books, library books to get through before I move, so let's start getting through the TBR. Starting with the ones I have directly in front of me that I technically have already marked, currently reading on my Goodreads, if not have already started, like this first one, which is The Great Gatsby, which I was reading for a class about almost halfway through. I was reading this for a class, but I'm still interested in reading it, so I'm going to keep going. I did have to drop my classes, so I'm not taking that class anymore, sadly, but that is okay. But I'm going to finish The Great Gatsby. I also have Roll for Romance, which looks really good too. It's a D&D romance. I'm going to be doing my D&D tonight, and I'm really excited about it, so that'll probably be part of this vlog. I need to stand up and do the rest of the pile, but there's the Tums I dropped earlier. I was wondering where that went. Let me toss that out. Okay, here's the rest of the pile. It's kind of large, because I keep going to the library and getting books, but I'm going to go from the top down to the bottom. And this first bit is from my first run to the library. I'm going to put this down here, actually. Cool, okay. The first one, these are kind of going in the order of which I want to read them, based off of when I borrowed them. So the first one is Realm of Thieves, which I got from a library at home. So this one, I guess, could be weighted on now that I'm thinking about it. So I just put this to the side for later, at least towards the bottom of the pile. But this is a fantasy, and it has dragons in it, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it was Owl Crate that was doing a special edition of this that looked really cool, so I wanted to read it, so I put a hold on it from the library. This is actually going to go to the bottom of the pile because this is a book from home, so since I'm going home, I don't need to worry about returning this to the library in my college town. But the rest of these are from my library in my college town. So we're going to start with A Crane Among Wolves, and I'm covering the barcode that is on the front of all of these because of my privacy. But this is also a fantasy. This is by June Her, which I'm really interested in reading. I'm pretty sure it's also a fantasy. Oh, it's like a historical fantasy. It's set in 1506. Either way, it looks pretty good. I'm excited to read this. Put this off to the side. Next is a fall read, which is Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. There's a second one of this that is either coming out or has come out, but it looks really good, and I figured I would read it and the second one for this fall season. Third is Not So Fast by Karen Booth, which is right here. Again, I'm still covering the barcode to my privacy. This is an F1 romance that looks really good. It's a obviously her. Oh, it's like a influencer ex F1 racer, and it looks really good. It says it's someone started vacuuming. It says it's for fans of Rush and the Hating Game, which sounds really exciting. I haven't read either of those or watched. I don't know if Rush is a movie or a book, but it does look really good. So there's that. Next is Not Safe for Work by Nisha J. Tully, which I got mainly for the cover. Also, I was seeing a lot of the marketing when it was first coming out, and all the art, which looks very pretty. Like, look at this beautiful, stunning cover. Like, come on. I'm really excited about that, actually. It looks so good. So next is the last book from the first library haul. The second library haul I had, actually I'm going to sit down for this. Okay. This is the first book, the last book from the first haul. The second haul was in my last vlog, so I'm not going to go through those as in depth, but this one's called So Many Stars. Technically, the full title is So Many Stars, an oral history of trans, non-binary, genderqueer, and two-spirit people of color by Caro de Robertis, which I probably pronounced that wrong, which I'm very sorry for, but this is a non-fiction, if it wasn't obvious, and I'm very, very excited about this. It looks so good, and I would love to read. I'm so excited to read this and learn more. So yeah, that's all of the books in the first haul. Let me remake this little pile here. Next is the beginnings of this second haul, which starts with One for My Enemy, which I'm honestly just, I think I have a copy of this at home already, so I'm just going to put it in the return pile automatically since I have a copy waiting for me at home. But either way, this looks like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and Olivia Blake is a beautiful writer, so I figured why the hell not. But I'm going to put this in the return pile since, again, I have a copy of it at home. I think it's a first edition, Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so like this one. Hello. Someone's vacuuming the carpet outside my room. It has the beautiful art. Either way, I'm going to make myself a little return pile, which is going to be here, right outside of the camera's view. Next, we have Give Me a Reason, which has the most stunning cover ever. Anytime it's artist from my own book, because damn. But this is a modern retelling of Persuasion with a K-drama actress, and it looks really good. I'm excited to read this as well. So I'm going to put this there to start the next pile. Never Been Shipped, which is by Alicia Thompson, who wrote a couple of books I've read before, but this looks really good. It's between two band members on a cruise ship during a reunion of the band. It looks really good and fun, so I'm going to read that, maybe. This next one's also going in the automatic return pile, and I'll explain why in a minute. I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, and this is not going in the return pile because I don't want to read it, because I do. I love this book. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and I have a copy of it at home, which is why I was going in the automatic return pile. But the reason I borrowed it in the first place was for a different video, which I'm probably going to start at home. So this is just going to go in the return pile automatically. But if you have not read Alice Oseman, any of her books, she has Heartstopper, she has Nick and Charlie, I Was Born for This, Solitaire, and Radio Silence, and so many others. They're all amazing. She's one of my favorite authors of all time, so I highly recommend you read her. But I Was Born for This, for now, is going in the return pile because I have like 3 copies of this at home, and I was going to use it for a different video that I don't have time to film while I'm here, so I'm going to film it when I get home. Next, A Mastery of Monsters by Lizelle Sambury. This is a fantasy, it has a plus-size main character, and it's the group book for the plus-size readathon happening on Instagram right now. Like I said in the other video, I wasn't sure if I was going to read it or join the challenge, but I finally caved because I kept seeing it everywhere, and this was just a sign. I may or may not get to this in this challenge, but if I do, I'm going to probably put it on hold at my local library. Probably what I should have said in the beginning is any books I don't get to or still want to read, or any books that I still have on hold at my college town library, I am going to cancel and transfer to my home library. So there's that. Last but not least, we have Eliza and Her Monsters.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to
Alexa?
the internet, plug in the Echo device.
I wasn't talking to you, but thank you. This has happened a lot. Last but not least is Eliza and Her Monsters. This is by Francesca Zappia. That was really weirdly a tongue twister. I don't know why, but either way, Eliza and Her Monsters. I remember reading this a couple years ago, really enjoying it, like I said in the last vlog. So I wanted to reread it. That is the reasoning for that. Let me quickly rebuild this library pile. Oh shit, I have 4 books in my school library too I need to read. Let me go over these real fast as well. Conversations with Elie Wiesel by Elie Wiesel and Richard D. Hefner. These are all books from my Holocaust section in my library. This is the first one. I have 4 of these. Second is Eve's Tattoo by Emily Prager. Also Holocaust book. I don't need to say this every time. Third is The Holocaust Kid by Sonia Pilser. Holocaust book again. I really need to read these actually, so I'm going to return them before I leave. Fourth is the companion novel to the movie Hotel Rwanda, which I watched my freshman year of high school in my history class, but I want to read the book because I don't remember much of the movie, and honestly, I remember it being a hard hitter, but I feel like, especially in this time, it is very, very important in times like this to learn your history and to know what the past was so the past doesn't repeat itself, because if you look at the US right now, it is definitely apt to happen. The past is very much ready to repeat itself, and we need to fight for that not to happen. So read your history books, kids. But those are the 4 Holocaust books I got from the library, and what I was wanting to do a second ago was redo this pile. And I'm gonna put these on. Put these aside so I can go back and forth between fiction and nonfiction. But that is my TBR. I'm gonna start with the first 2 I said, which were Rule for Romance and Finishing the Great Gatsby. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll start the timer in a minute, and we'll be good. So what I did not explain in the last clip was that the way this readathon is going to work is I'm going to only have the timer running while I'm reading. I may or may not do this in one full day. I'm going to see what I'm in the mood for. But I have a timer set up here on my computer, 23:59:59. So I'm pretty sure you can't do 24 hours straight on this device. So I'm just going to do 29:59:59. But I'm going to pause when I'm not reading, and I'm just going to keep going as long as I'm reading. I'm going to pause when I'm doing clips, and I'm probably about to set up an ambient room on my TV. So there's that. I'll film when I'm ready to start, but for now.
Good morning, Larry, where the hell you been loca? Wednesday, where you at Wednesdays? I think you should stop introducing the vlogs that way.
I've had to bargain with myself to be like, okay, keep this one has to go. Downsizing to 5, might be 47 hoodies hanging up actively right now. What the fuck?
So I just finished The Great Gatsby, the last, I don't know, half 2 quarters. So this is where I'm at now. I did not think about how the backwards math would affect me, but it's been about half an hour. And now I am going to start Rule for Romance. Yay, I'm excited. It's going to be a lot less serious and a lot more fun, so since I have a D&D game tonight. Just probably set a timer so don't forget about it. Alright, so I have read for about an hour and 15 minutes if I'm doing my mental math correctly, but I'm currently reading Rule for Romance, and I am on page 133, chapter 13, and I am loving this so much. Sorry if you can hear the microwave in the background. I'm making rice. I'm taking a small break. I'm watching Remy's vlogs, an old one, because their newest one was posted yesterday. But I love watching her past vlogs just in general. But I'm making rice for a little snack. I'm gonna take a little break, do that. I wrote some emails. Oh, it looks like it's over. I need to hydrate better. But I'm going to have my rice, watch Remy's vlog, and then I'm going to put the Great Gatsby in the return pile, and that just feels really satisfying, so I'm going to film it. finished Roll for Romance. Oh, I need to pause this actually, I just forgot. It's been a little over 2 hours since I'm now 3. Somebody else do the math. That's how much time I have left. I can't do math. But either way, I finished Roll for Romance and I loved it. It was so cute. And honestly, it got me right in the mood for my D&D campaign that's starting in less than an hour. So perfect. Let's stand up and not drop all my stuffed animals, but failed that anyways. And let's put it in the pile. Next, I'm gonna grab the Elie Wiesel book because I need a bit of nonfiction. But yeah, there's your update. Okay, so I've read the first 2 interviews in Conversations with Elie Wiesel, which I already knew it was going to be incredibly fascinating, but goddamn, this man is a literary genius, even though he claims not to be. Like, I'm never not gonna think about questions, I'm never gonna think of questions the same way again. Like, the way he literally said, something, I forget, let me find it again, because he was talking about questions. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but he was saying that he loves questions because questions are quests. And like, the word quest is in the word question, and I'm like, mind blown. I'm never going to think of questions the same way again. But either way, I need to get ready for D&D, but I'm going to be having my audiobook on, and I'm 99% sure it's called Love at First Spite. I know it's by Olivia Dade. I'll pop the cover in here. I might be wrong. I might be right. Who knows? But I have that on Libby right now, so I'm going to listen to that while I get ready for D&D.
It says that there's a thing on here that's supposed to tell me.
Wave. Thank you. Be aggressive. Okay, so it's pretty much 2.5 hours later. It's 9:30 at night, and we had just finished our D&D session for the evening. So I'm gonna put away my booklet and which way is this going? And my dice tower and everything, and then I'll go from there. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I might keep reading. I'm really not sure. Or maybe I'll watch Black Widow. Or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm in the mood to do. So I've decided I'm gonna read on my Kindle, which I basically have the epilogue of Love Arranged, and then I'm gonna start reading some library books I have on there. But I'm gonna read on my Kindle until I'm ready to fall asleep. So, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so today is Thursday. Day 2 of this vlog, I guess you could say. And I am currently... There we go, I just found an ambience room. And where we're starting is with 20 hours and 53 minutes to go. That is including the Kindle reading I was doing last night. I finished Love Arranged and I started Where Shadows Bloom. So, there's that. So I have a cutesy little ambience room, and I'm gonna continue conversations with Elie Wiesel. Now, this is not a long book at all, so I have this larger chunk left, but it still it's not that long at all. It's probably less than 100 pages, maybe close to 200. Yeah, it's 175. But yeah, let's get reading. So I'm about on page 80 something, 90, exactly 90, and I'm on chapter 7, and this book is incredible. It's making me want to reread Night, which I had a feeling it would, and I picked it up with the assumption that I would end up rereading Night, but I'll have to be a later situation because I don't have Night here, and I'm not about to go out and borrow Night 2 days before I move, because I'm 99% sure I'm moving out on Saturday. Today is Thursday, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13-ish books to read before then. So for now, we're not gonna worry about that. But incredible. Read Elie Wiesel if you can. If you can't, totally understand. But there's this interlude I just read that was absolutely crazy. So the question was, have you found that your teachings about the Holocaust have moved children of darkness and made them children of light? And Wiesel talks about how he's gotten letters from people throughout all walks of life, and how he stops writing about the Holocaust as much because it's a lot more talked about and written about than it used to be. But it was towards the end of this interlude that really made an impact on me, because he's talking about how he would get letters from people a lot, but he surprisingly got the most amount of letters from cancer patients, because they would read Wiesel's Holocaust books, because they also, let me look at it again, because they too feel they're doomed. That is a direct quote. They are in a universe from which there is no way out, and they find something in this approach, in this possibility of hope. And that was the end of the interlude, and just damn, I'm gonna reread Night. I'm gonna go through a lot of Wiesel's backlist when I get home, because this man is a genius. And I'm about to look up if he's still alive, because I honestly don't know. And I feel really bad for not knowing that, so. So I just finished Conversations with Elie Wiesel, and I am not going to rate this, because it just feels wrong to rate it, considering just the fact that it's an autobiography and real. I just don't feel comfortable rating it, but no, it was incredible, and I highly recommend you give this or anything else written by Elie Wiesel a read. So there's that. And I'm gonna move on to something fiction, because that was a lot. can see, I'm pretty much all moved out. So we decided on Tuesday that I was gonna move out. Wednesday, I was here on Wednesday. Thursday, I went home. Friday, I slept until 4:30, so I didn't do anything. And today, we're moving out the rest of the stuff. The chair is gone. That's what we came here mainly for. Was for the chair, because the chair was $500, and we wanted to keep the chair. So I came back for the chair, and I'm returning my library books today. I've already drawn it online and put most of them back on hold at the other library. But basically, long story short, this 24-hour readathon was a fail. But that's okay, because I'm going to keep going anyways. Probably starting tomorrow. I'm going to keep going and get through the books I have at home. And I know that some of the books that I've put on hold have already started to come in, so I'll just pick up where I left off with the books I technically have already put in my TBR. So there's that. This shall continue probably tomorrow, maybe Monday. I have no fucking idea what's going on these next couple days because I am tired. Today's Wednesday, so it's pretty much been a week since I started this readathon, 24 readathon, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. I don't even remember the last time I filmed for this, but the reason why I stopped is because I didn't really have anything right now to read. Well, I have physical books, like what I own, but whenever I have one, I'm gonna read. But I couldn't find my computer charger, and that's what's tracking the time. So that took me like 3 days to find, and today I found it. Last night I found it like late last night, so I've only done any reading, but I'm gonna read now. So that's good at least. But I'm gonna go to the library later tonight, and I had like 22 books ready for me to pick up, which 63 holds. I think that's the most I've ever had on hold at one time in a library. And 22 is definitely the most I've ever had to pick up at one time. But that's okay. Yeah. But yeah. Now that I found my computer charger, I can finally restart the readathon. And today is like September 2nd, which means, well, I have my Read for Palestine thing that I'm doing, so I'm pledging to donate $2 per book that I finish. I've already finished like 2, so that's already $4 going to Palestine, which is great. I haven't donated yet, but I'm gonna split it down the middle and do not big donations, but I'm gonna split it down the middle and do 2 donations, one on the 15th and one on the 30th. But yeah. Either way, follow my Instagrams for that. Because I have no idea when this is going up. I haven't even released the first one yet as of filming. But yeah, it's also half of September, so I have all my books picked out for that. And I have a bunch of Palestinian books picked out as well. On hold, plus all the ones that I had on hold at the other library that I switched over. So yeah. Although I'm really excited to get into my whoops. I put my lamp from my dorm right there so I can read, but I'm really excited to get into my first read, which is The Never List, which I hauled a while ago from that signing I went to. But I'm really excited. It's very pretty. And it's a why choose, which I'm really excited about. I love a good why choose fantasy. I also haven't read from this author yet, which is exciting. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. So I'm gonna continue the readathon. Try and get a decent chunk of it done today. I have my wax appointment at 4:45. And we're gonna go drop off a return and pick up a hold. Not a hold, all of my holds on the way there, so that should be a fun clip. But yeah, let's get reading. So I'm in my room. I have this bag to unpack for now. I'm gonna have my timer on because I'm gonna be listening to the Bad Honey audiobook, and I had glancing through the books I have right here. I thought a lot of these would work really well for trick-or-treat-a-thon, so I'm going to save most of these. First glance, these Vengeful Wishes, Boys with Sharp Teeth, and I can't read what this is. Castle of the Cursed, ? But yeah, I'm gonna unpack this bag, time-lapse it, get some shit done. Actually, let me set the timer first while you're right here. 12.5 hours approximately left. Let's get shit done.
We're on this earth to have some fun. Ain't gonna quit now, turn it out. Push that feeling, never stop. Dance away all night long. Ain't gonna quit now, turn it out. Push that feeling, never stop. Dance away all night long.
Honestly, I'm sitting with 30 books and I have 6 more ready for me to pick up at the library. So I'm gonna make this fast, but quick mini update. Oh, it's all the way over there. I'm not gonna go and grab it. Actually, you can kind of see it right there. It's on the chair right there, if you can see it. If anything, you can see the sprayed edges. But I finished The Never List. Rated it 3 stars. Pretty good. I'm probably gonna end up selling it, but it's okay. Eventually I'll do it on haul. But let's quickly run through the rest of the books I brought from the library. good thing I'm doing a 24-hour readathon. And also, the mess I just made. Oh god. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to start with Meet Me at Wonderland by Julia DeVillers. And the only reason I'm starting with this one is because I'm actually meeting her on Saturday. Today is Thursday, so I need to read this pretty fast. And unfortunately, the hold I have on the other author's book, which is something falling like leaves, something like that. I'll put it right here. It's very, very fall, and I wish I could get it in time, but I just can't. And that's really disappointing because it's a new release. So everyone's wanting to get their grubby little hands on it. But either way, I'm really excited for this. So I'm going to read this first, and then I'm going to flip a coin to see if I'm going to start with the Palestine pile or the Sapphic September pile, and I figure from there I'll alternate between the two piles. But I did want to get the author's book that I'm reading out of the way first, so when I do meet here this weekend, I can hopefully be happy about it. Well, no, I'm gonna be happy either way, but hopefully I'll like her book, and I'm really excited for the discussion that's gonna happen because it's all about YA and YA books in this day and age, which is fascinating to me as a YA author. But yeah, I'm really excited. Let's get reading again. I just finished Meet Me in Wonderland. I have 8.5 hours left. Just finished this. Rated it 3.5 stars. Just enjoyed it. It was very cute. Excited to meet the author this weekend. But now we're moving on to my next pick. And I have here a D2. So, I can't make my own decisions. So, if I roll a 1, I'm going to be reading from the top of my Palestine stack. And if I roll technically this is the squid or the octopus or 2, I'm going to be reading from the Sapphic pile. So, also, Wonder cameo. Isn't she so cute? Okay, here we go, focused. Oh, now you look up. Big yawns. Flip this, and let's see what our next read is going to be. 1. That was probably a really shitty run, but I really don't care. I made the decision for me. Let me go ahead and grab the first book off my Palestine pile. The Thinking Heart. Essays on Israel and Palestine by David Grossman. Pretty short, so good place to start.
dance away all night long.
So as you can see, Jesus Christ, that was loud. Holy crap. I'm just trying to put on a goddamn ambience room. Okay, where is... Okay. Old Castle Library. That'll do. Please don't be an ad. I've muted it just in case. Because there's an ad. Oh, while the ad's going, I'll talk. We have less than an hour left on the timer. 55 minutes. Oh, I can skip the ad. Skip the ad. I'm still not gonna unmute it until I finish filming, but... Castle ambience. I have less than an hour left. I'm gonna sit in this chair. 1, because my dad's not here to use it. 2, it's comfortable. 3, has this table next to it, so I can put the candle up. Put a timer in front of me. I've got my Flame and Candle, my Flame and Fable X Bewicked candle collab. You can't even see it. With pink dragon fruit, white lilies, and spicy reeds scented. I like it. It's really good. I have not burnt this yet, and I've been waiting for a chance. There it is. Okay. I haven't talked to y'all in so long. Fire! Okay. Oh, damn, it wasn't even a good angle. Oh, whatever. You can see it now. Winder is down there dead asleep, so she shouldn't be a menace much. And yeah, and the minute I say her name, she goes, Me? Yes, you. I don't know if I'm going to keep my computer on, but I will do my best to keep an eye on it. I am going to be continuing Gwen and Art Are Not in Love. I am currently on page 216, and I haven't really read much more from this morning because I was listening to my audiobook while I worked on unpacking and some computer work. So I was listening to At First Spite, which I think I already mentioned in this vlog. So there's that. Let's read for the next 53 minutes and finally be done with this challenge. Because I have learned that 24-hour readathons, at least this way, are not for me. Because I will procrastinate them. If it's not obvious.
We're on the run. We've only...
I swear to God, I was literally concentrating on my book. I was literally watching the clock. And I still fucking missed it.